Everyone, we're going to be finishing off this page from Nice Little Town Halloween by Tatiana Bogema Stolova today. There are 3 other videos so far, one of this little bit, one of this bit and one of this bit. So we've just got this bit to colour, and then I've got a bit of a bit more work on the book, and then a very easy sort of background idea to do. So let's get started. Pablo Pencils again, and I'm going to do these tomatoes first. Let's come in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. I am trying to work out what these things are. I'm not sure. I'm just going to find a colour for tomato. I'm thinking the vermillion is a good tomato colour. So that's what I'm going to use. So yes, what are these? Are they hats? But why would they be in a pile of ingredients? But then we have like a little box here as well. So I'm not sure. You can see how this is quite an orangey red. So I think it's quite good for a tomato. Maybe some tomatoes might be a bit redder than this, but it sort of depends on how ripe they are really. So I'll just do them in this colour, and then I'll have a think about whether I want to add any more colours or not. Depends how it looks really. And of course the more layers I do, the more vibrant it will be anyway. I'm going to do a little bit more at the bottom, because I think they'd be a bit darker down there, be a bit more shadowed. Oh, I have one son home today. He's got a day off. He hasn't got any sort of homework that he's got to do soon, but he's got assignments that he's sort of starting very early stage research for. So he's got to, I don't know what he's actually got to do. He's doing computing, so I'm not sure, but he said he's going to have a good look at some journals today. Get his head round reading journal articles, finding things that might be relevant, that sort of thing. So so many, it can be quite daunting. I remember finding it. What are those? Those are pictured in the book rather than being real like these. I don't know if that makes any sense. So yeah, he's having a little look. He's doing a little bit of work and then taking a break and doing a little bit of work, which is good. His brother's in all day. He's already got to uni. He left here at, what time did he leave? About 10 to 8. And he won't be home till 10 to 7 tonight. It's quite a long day, isn't it? And he sort of has, yeah, he has about an hour of travel each way, and then the rest of the time he's sort of studying. Yesterday he had quite a few gaps in his day. Today I don't think he does, but after today he only has one lesson for the rest of the week, so he sort of has a real packed Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday's off. He's in on Thursday, but then Friday he's home, so he gets a long weekend. Whereas his brother has a packed Monday as well. He had to leave at, he left at what time did he left at 20 past 7, because he has to catch the 8 o'clock train, and then got home at 10 to 6 though. So yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to. Sorry, I'm just stopping to wipe my nose. I'm going to colour in the greenery. What I used to call them spiders. I don't freak everyone out, but when we were little, we used to call them spiders, and we used to take them off. It's really mean, dark green. We used to take them off the tomatoes and throw them at each other. But I wasn't scared of spiders, so it wasn't frightening. You know, I don't think I wouldn't do it as someone who was like frightened, but of course they're green, they don't really look like spiders. So I bet there are green spiders though, but I think because they're so small, you can't usually see their colour. Although, do you ever see those photos where they sort of zoom in on an insect and show you like their sort of all the details? I find those a bit scary. I'm trying to find a colour to do some shadowing. I think I'm going to use a dark brown. We have our umber, we used it a lot actually in the last video. Because I feel that it'll be a bit better. So I'm going to put a bit of shadow in between these two. And then underneath the green stem, stalky bit. I don't know. I know some people think when I say stalk, I say S-T-O-R-K, that's a bird. No, stalk, S-T-A-L-K. It just means stem, really. Well, there is a difference between the two, but I'm going to put a little bit at the bottom, just because I think it'll be a bit darker down there. And then we'll move on. Now I'm thinking we can do these 3 mushrooms. The gill part, actually I'm going to use the umber for. I rather like doing it in quite a dark brown. I don't know what that circle is. What do you think that is? Do we have these other circles? What are they? Don't know. Right, let's get a sort of light beige, I'm thinking, for the stems of our mushrooms, light beige. So this one and this one. And then I've got a song in my head, I nearly sang then. I've been on hold to the bank and been playing a song. I'm going to use the beige, brownish beige for the actual mushroom. It might be a little bit dark, but it will look different to the stem then. Yeah, I was on hold for about 10 minutes, it wasn't too long. Trying to sort out my son's student account. Still need ID. He has to have a driving licence or a passport. Or a benefits letter. Oh, it doesn't have benefits, don't have a benefits letter. So, no. Unfortunately, he's still going to have to wait. We've got to wait for his passport, his driving licence, and if he gets his driving licence denied, we're just going to have to buy him a passport, which is a bit annoying. But hey-ho. Now, I'm thinking stripes. Let's just do brightly coloured stripes, and I'm trying to think of a colour. As we've got our purple here, I'm thinking maybe I'll do a dark violet for one of the stripes. Is that the violet? I think so. Yeah. So I'm going to do the violet on this one so it's not so close to the witch. I'm going to try and make it a little bit darker on the edge to make it look more rounded. And I'm not sure what other colour I'm going to do. I really have no clue what this is. Like everything else. Well, not everything else. A lot of things on this page. I'm not really very sure. But anyway. And also I'm scratching my head because I've got the planner page to do for Monday and I can't think of a Halloween theme for it because it isn't a Halloweeny picture because Johanna doesn't really have them. The one for, I think it's the week after, the one that goes across Halloween week is a skull, so that's good. But this one, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way to maybe make it look a bit eerie or something like that. I don't know though. Can't make it autumnal because it's underwater. It's the Fish Lighthouse shipping bottle underwater page from Worlds of Wonder and Flourish. It's a difficult one to try and make it sort of Halloweeny. I mean, I guess it could be like a shipwreck, but the ship's in a bottle. It's not really a shipwreck. Trying to think. Right, what stripe should we have? Should we do something? Let's do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a grey, purple and grey, like to make it look like it's silver. Just for different, because you know, why not? So darker here, and then a bit less in the middle. Now I don't want a complete gap, but hopefully it'll look a little bit like, you know. I should perhaps have done the book first, but anyway, it doesn't matter, it's all going to be done today. I'm so tempted to do this one red and green, but then will it look a bit too Christmassy? I'm going to grab the scarlet anyway and do a red stripe. I think I'll do the thicker stripe red. Might do red and orange so it doesn't look so Christmassy. That might work. Again, I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter in the middle just to give it a bit more shape. Finding it quite hard to stay in the lines today. Yeah. So it was quite good this morning. No, the train before my son's was cancelled, but the one he's on wasn't. So yes, that's good news. Getting home, I'm not sure, but husband is up for picking him up tonight if necessary. So that's good. Husband finds early mornings difficult. Getting them anywhere in the morning early, he can't cope with. He can't be up and ready. Can he use the fast orange if I can find it? I think that's it. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter orange, so I think it'll look quite different to the red. Yes, but in the evenings he's okay. He's always up for leaving, an excuse to leave work early. Who wouldn't be, eh? Right, there are those done. Now, let's have a look. Let's go back and finish this page. So we've got these bits of cutlery, and I'm thinking a sort of silvery colour might work. I quite like the silver on that, so I'm going to use that grey again. I'm going to have to sharpen it though to get into those small details. I think I might just do them all silver. So a bit dark on the edge of everything like that, and then just leave a white bit to try and make it look shiny and silvery. Really, it's a bit too small to do much else with, like that. Quite hard with a spoon because it'd be darker in here. There, that'll have to do. Hopefully it'll be alright. Leave a bit there, but here be dark. That's sort of like that. It's quite rough work, but I think it's just about working. There we go. Now we have a bottle. I'm thinking if we do a coloured bottle rather than leaving it see-through, it's much easier. Now what sort of colour are bottles? That could be any colour, can't they? Let's do a really pretty, or shall we? No, let's go for a bottle green. The bluish green, I think, is probably the closest we can get. It's not really a bottle, is it? But So what you want to do is leave some white for shine. What I tend to do, go around the edge, leave a bit there, and then fade it towards the middle. That isn't actually what I normally do, but this is what the way it's drawn is. Looks like it wants me to do. How's that? It's not too bad. Now we need the label. Let's just do the label in the darker green. This is the dark green we use for the tomatoes, but I'm going to do it a little bit lighter, like that. Okay, now we have a pestle and mortar and a, what is that? Is that a part of gunpowder with matches on fire in it? Is it something with leaves? I think I'm going to do it as leaves. I think my imagination ran away with me there with the old fiery matches. Spruce green. I will just colour them in like that. But what is this? Just looking at what else we've got. We've got, these look like butterfly wings, blueberries. I know. Let's just do it sort of, I'm turning my pencil case the wrong way. Let's just do it in a golden ochre and make it look a bit like, it might be sugar or, well, it's the wrong colour really, flour or, I don't know, something. Just go right to the edge, there we go, that'll do. I'm happy with that, whatever it is. Honeycomb, I don't know. Now, mustard seeds. We need to colour in the pestle and mortar, and I'm thinking we can do the plate to match so that it's like a little set. I'm thinking let's do it blue. We haven't got a lot of blue. We've always used the same blue. We've used the blue jeans. I'm just having a look at the tone of the blue jeans, and I'm thinking if we do a marine blue, it's very slightly darker. There it is. But it's a similar family of blue, because we've only got blue, I'm pointing, you can't see, on a bookmark and on the sack. So we use this marine blue and we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to use a fair bit there and then a bit of shine on our plate. There, leave a bit of white. It's a bit darker in the bottom. Same here, so we'll go darker in here. And then leave a bit of shine, just a bit of white there, and then this bit, I'm not sure, I'm going to maybe leave those white, I haven't quite decided yet. We need to get that shine on this lower bit. It's quite a strange mortar, isn't it? Or is that the mortar? Oh, I'm sure that's the pestle. Anyway, we want a bit of shadow there, but we want that to be a bit lighter there. But yeah, mine's very flat, doesn't have a stem. I just thought that would weaken it if you were bashing. Unless this is just not supposed to be that, maybe it's just supposed to be a spoon in a pot to stir. Maybe. There we go. It's quite quick and simple, wasn't it? Now we have these butterfly wings. I'm thinking let's do them orange. It'll tie in with our pumpkin on the other side. I rather like an orange butterfly. So we'll use the reddish orange first. I always think they look like monarch butterflies if they're orange. So I'm just going to make it darker here and then spread the colour out. I'm not worrying too much about the edge, we can do that in black. And then I'm going to use a second orange, I think this is the orange, yeah, it's just called orange, to just finish that off. I'm just going to go over all of it again, going just to the edge there, like that, same here. so we get a bit darker on those bits. And then I'll grab a black detail if I can find one. I never know, there's a black and an ivory black in this set, and I don't really know the difference. So this is the ivory black, and I'm just going to do this edge. I'm just going to hold the page a bit more solid because I want a nice thick layer. I'm going to do these circles as well. And the same on this side. Like that. Oh, let's just, yeah. Now, these two, I really think they're blueberries, and I'm not sure if I've got the right sort of colour. I'm going to do these bits in with my black. And then I'm thinking I might try the royal blue because it's slightly purpley, which I think might be right. So I'm going to try that first. They made them a little bit darker at the bottom, even though they're a picture. Then I think I'm going to go with them in a bit of black. Oh, the sun's in my eyes. So the ivory black that I've just used, as I happen to have it out, I'm going to put a very light layer all over. And underneath particularly. There, I think I'll leave that there. Now we've got all these little bits down here. So we've got jar, bottle, and now we did a jar on the recipe book. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the same sort of jar as in the recipe or something else. I think I'll make it slightly more purpley. So I'm actually going to start with the violet. Now, as we did with our other jar, put it dark here and then leave a white to the side. Like that for some shine. I'm going to put some shine on this side as well, like that. Like a bit of shine. And it looks a bit like it could be blackcurrant. I'm going to leave it like that. I think it looks quite pretty. But I'm going to do the top in the same stripy way as I did before. This is lilac. I'm just going to sharpen the lilac first, but yeah, in a slightly different colour, just so it's not exactly the same. So I think I'll fill that bit in, the underneath bit, or else it gets a bit too complicated. And we'll just put some lines coming around here. Take them up the edge and then put some of them across the top. Then we need to put a line around there, one around there and one across. It's not quite so good because it's a bit smaller, and I'm going to use this to do our label and put some squiggly writing on it. There we go. Squiggly wiggly. Right. We have two bottles now. I'm gonna do, let's do something quite blue for a bit different. This is ultramarine. You don't often see blue glass, but I think it doesn't matter. We're in a witch's kitchen, so she could have all sorts. So I'm gonna do the neck first, I think, and just leave a bit of white like that. Then this side, then this side. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just leaving a few bits of shine here and there on the glass, and hopefully it looks quite glassy in a very rough, quick way. I'm just going to darken a few areas. We'll do the corks in a minute. We'll do this other bottle. I'm thinking maybe we could do it a sort of really deep pinky red. Might be nice. It's got a carmine. Let's use that. Carmine. I'm going to need to sharpen it. I know these are slightly unconventional. I would normally just do my bottles either in grey, like see-through, like just glass, or in like bottle green. So now I'm going to leave a white there, and then just gently fade it in towards the middle. Hopefully it looks a bit glassy. Okay, cork. I think the brown ochre is going to be our friend. We use it a lot. I can see this being the one I buy a replacement for first. Okay, labels. What about something sort of old and faded looking? We'll use the ochre. That one light. And that one could have some whiting on. There we go. Now we have a little box. Now that can be any colour at all. And I'm having a little look and thinking, what haven't we used much of, you know, that we can use here? We haven't used much pink lately. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not sure if we've used much pink at all, to be honest. What do we use? Purple. Maybe we used the light purple. We haven't really used pink. And it is a pinky tone. I'm just going to sharpen it. There we go. So a light purple. And we've got the end of the box here, so I'm going to sort of define that there. And then sort of fade it to there, so we've got a bit of a shine. And then on this side, I'll make it a little bit lighter. Bit of a shine in the middle. On the lid. Shine in the centre. Same on the top. Top would be lighter because the light will be catching it. And the handle is going to be darker underneath than on the top. There we go. Now these dots on the floor, what are they? Are they from the cauldron? I don't think so. I'm looking at all our ingredients and bits and pieces and I can't see that they're from anything, so I may just do them grey like they're little stones. So I've got this brownish beige I'm going to use. Which is the same colour as the mushrooms, isn't it? Maybe there could be bits of mushrooms. Seems unlikely. Okay, I'm just looking to see if I've done all of the items. I think I have. We're going to come out now and we're going to do a bit of work on the book. Now I think the book needs a little bit of aging, a little bit of shadowing. So I'm going to grab the cocoa, which, well, that's a bit dark. No, I'm not. I'm going to put that back. I'm going to grab the brownish beige, which I've used that already. I think the beige is probably better. It's not quite as dark. Because our book, I don't know if you remember, we coloured it a sort of grey, ashy grey colour. So this is a beige, and I think what it's going to do is help us to put in some shadow. So I'm thinking under each page and around here there'd be a bit of shadow from the page, and I'm just going to go along the edges with this beige. You don't have to do this. I'm just trying to move my pencils out of the way, but I think it might just add a little bit of texture, a bit of 3D-ness, because that's a word. And then we'll just go through each page, just doing a little bit, and hopefully it will look like shadow. There's not much to technique to talk about really. Here we're just following those lines around. Whoops. Try not to make our line too thick or wander away, but I did. And I'm hoping it gives a sort of shadow but aged effect at the same time. I don't know if it will. Oh, I strayed onto the next line. Oh, sun's in my eyes. Might have to shut the blind before we've finished. See how it goes. Anyway, I don't think I've got any very exciting news today. Yeah, my son that's supposed to be working is vanished. He's gone off to his bedroom for a bit. Likes to go and have a chill on his own every so often, which is absolutely fine. It's a bit of a shame really. He said, oh, my one son said he's already made friends at uni. He said, I just forced myself on a group. He said basically in one session he sat next to someone and talked to them enough so that afterwards he was able to just follow them and sit with them in their group of friends, and he just sort of became part of that group. Whereas my other boy doesn't talk to anybody, and he's not very good at small talk. He wouldn't know what to talk to them about, and so he hasn't really sort of mixed in with anyone yet. I'm hoping, you know, they might get to do some group work and he might be put with some good people, nice people that he can start to sort of bond with, you know. I don't know what these bits are here, so I'm just going to colour them over like that. I think I'm done with that side. I'm going to do this side over here. I don't know how easy it is for you to see what I'm doing with me being so far away, but hopefully it's okay. It's not really too tricky. I'm just going along the edge of these pages. I missed one out there, I think. That one. But, you know, I sort of try and teach him how to talk to people, but he's like, I don't know what to talk to him about. It's difficult. I didn't really know either. I found it really difficult. I used to end up asking people the same things all the time. How are you doing? Have you started the assignment? That sort of thing. That was probably really boring. But anyway. It's I'll have a chat with them about it sometime. Probably need to be soon. There we go. Now I also need a bit of shadow around here because this is stuck in, isn't it? We put a bit of shadow under the tape there, so I'm going to put a little bit under there and under here. Under here and here, maybe all around this piece of paper actually. I'm not sure whether it should be at the top or not, but I'm just going to do it all the way around because that's what I said I was going to do. Even on top of the fern there. There we go. Now, would there be some shadow from the hats on the mushroom maybe? Maybe more underneath. I think I'll leave that. The witch is a bit too far away for her to create a shadow, I think. And then we'd have to do it for the cauldron as well. Okay, we have a floor and a wall. Now I was looking at other people's versions of this page because I wanted to work out what to do. And what they'd done was a cobbled floor and a plain wall. And I thought that was a good idea. But I have a brick template, which actually I may not have here. I don't think I have it here. No, I've got stars, seas, circles, rain and sun. No, it isn't in here. And I did think about doing a brick wall behind with a bit of pastel. Yeah, I'm just going to go and get it. Right, I found my stencil. It's this brick, but it isn't quite wide enough for the page. So I'm not sure whether it's going to work. So I've decided not to use it. But this is, if you want on one, this is Clarity Stencils. It works for ink, acrylics, texture, stippling, sponging, spritzing, paper embossing, die cutting, machines, all sorts it says. I use it with pastels. Right, so, whoops, I'm going to get my pastels and do a bit of a background. Now we want a sort of wall, and I'm thinking grey might be a sort of stone type look of wall. Let me get a sponge. Yeah, I've got some brand new cotton pads because mine always seem to be in the wash, so I got a second set while I happened to be in Superdrug, which is where I bought them. So I'm just going to put some grey on the background here and see what happens. Now, a brick wall would be good, and you know, you can draw it with a ruler. I've got a video of how to do it, but it's going to take a long time. So I'm just going to, oops, I'm using the wrong colour there. I'm going to just do this grey and see how it looks without the whole brick pattern going on. Maybe it's a bit lazy, but now we've sort of got a floor on a wall, and I'm thinking we could put a line and do it a different colour. But I'm actually just going to do it all the same colour to start with and see how it looks. I haven't tried using pastel in this book before, so I also have to just see how it sits on the paper really. It seems okay. Now I'm using these greys are sort of cold greys, which I think is good because our book is a sort of warm grey, so it will look different. I usually do bricks in a warm grey though, but I think it'll be fine. I'll try not to get it on the anything that I've left white. And I haven't done that dot on that mushroom. I really have no idea what it is. Doesn't really look very exciting, does it? I'm going to use this darker one on the floor. Just put down a bit more colour. We have got a really dark one there, but that's a bit daring for me. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm wondering whether in the sky, whether we need some sort of glitter or anything. I think I'm going to just sweep that off and just put away these pastels, just so I don't spill them on the floor. And I haven't got a glitter. Let's grab the glitter. These are the Sakura Stardust glitter pens, and I'm thinking there is a sort of bluey green here, which is like the colour of the cauldron. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go around the edge of these bits with a glitter, like that, because they don't stand out hugely against the liquid there. And I'm wondering whether to put a few dots in the background of this, but these are coloured in. If I do, not sure. No, I think I'll leave it. I think I'll just leave it like that, actually. There we go. I think I'll leave it there. But there is our spell book. I've had so much fun with this page. There is more I could do with more shadowing behind some of this or here, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm really happy with how it's come out, and I had yeah, I enjoyed it. So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I hope you have a really super day, and yeah, plan a day tomorrow. Got to make that look spooky. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a super day and happy colouring.